and welcome back. This is Marla, and today I have the Elizabeth Craft Designs Floral 4 collection as well as a project share. This beautiful collection is filled with products that can help you create Mother's Day cards, birthday cards, as well as other gift ideas. Here's a look at the sentiment set that coordinates well with this. It's an all-occasion sentiment set. There are two different flower styles, one small, one large, and then of course there is the solid floral. We have the sentiments that read, sending hugs, smell the flowers, happy anniversary, hello lovely, thinking of you, smile, bloom, I'd pick you, flower power, happy spring, best buds, happy birthday, happy retirement, grow, blessings, and hello sunshine. You'll notice that there's some wavy ones, there's some stacked ones. There is a die set that is available in this collection that these were created to cut out, so that is why they are shaped the way they are, so that they will work with this other product I'll share with you in just a few moments. The leaves one comes with two different style leaves, one with a more detailed leaf and the second which is more open. These leaves are large enough to be the focal point on a card. You could do some inlay with these leaves. I think that they're absolutely beautiful. We have the Florals 18. Now what's unique about this set is that it does come with 3 different sets of flower sizes, so small, medium, and large. This allows you to keep all the petal sizes together, or you can mix and match. We have 2 large stems, and then there's a smaller stem if you wanted to create just a small little bud, which is perfect. Next, these are ranunculus, and they are the Floral 19. Again, it's going to be a similar die selection, or die set, sorry. You are going to have a small, medium, and large that are grouped together. I wanted to point out that that large piece at the bottom is of each of those dies. That is how you're going to build your flower. You can use the stems from the Floral 18 set if you want longer stems, but it does come with the short stems so that you can cluster them together as well. So you're going to start with your smallest of those dies and work your way back when building the ranunculus. Next, we have a Floral 17, which is going to be a rolled flower. So it will come with 1 die for the flowers, and then there are 2 different sets of leaves, which are smaller clusters. You have a cluster of 5, and then of course you have that cluster of 3, as you can see. The next is called Florals 15. This beautiful die does come with 4 different dies for the flowers. You can create multiple sizes. You can stack the large and the medium, or the medium and the small, to create different looks. There is a bud that you can create, so that square is going to allow you to put an end on that, and then there are 2 different style of leaves. We have the Floral 16, which come with 3 different petal dies, small, medium, and large. There are 2 pieces that will work for the center of the flower to add even more detail. We have a medium and a large leaf, so you can add them individually where you would like them to go. Next, we have the Florals 14. This is the final floral in the collection. This beautiful floral does come with 3 dies. I'm pointing out that there is a leaf that has a faux bend in it, which is fabulous. It's a very nice detail. There again is a die for the center of the flowers. You can mix and match your petals, mix and match your leaves to get unique looks. I did use this on my project today. In fact, I created 2 different types of flowers from this one set. Here's a look at the flower pot. This flower pot can be turned into a pail as well, so you do have a separate die for the handle. The pot does have an opening for you to tuck your flowers inside, which is again a nice little detail. No need for you to have to cut that slit. We have a bottom for the pot, which would be the water holder, showing you that right there. And then of course we have detailed pieces which will allow you to add a little bit of dimension to the pail. Again, it's more detail. This beautiful die set is the one that will go with that sentiment set. Not only does it create this beautiful book box which you can open, put articles, items, gifts, whatever inside, and then it has a nice closure to it. It comes with a multitude of dies that you can use outside of the box. So we have the banners for the sentiments, and then we also have that detailed background which would be perfect for die cutting on a card. There are some squares that you can use. There are label dies. There's a lock and a key. This is a very versatile set, and I think that I'm going to try to do another video sharing this die as well. Here we have the shadow box frames. There are two different size frames, one that's a little thicker than the other. This is a frame that can be sized how you like it. So there are two different frames. There's one, as I mentioned, which is going to be a little bit thicker, and then you have one that's a little thinner. You'll notice that there's a pointed end and then there's a flat end. The flat end is where you would cut that frame. You need to cut this out 4 times. Once you cut them out, you would cut that frame shorter to create a smaller frame size. The frame that I created for my project ended up being full size, and it was, I believe, 7 by 7. So here I'm showing you that you would cut 4 pieces. You want to fold the left outside edge and the right outside edge and use your bone folder to reinforce it. The die does create the score lines for you. Then there are 2 inner score lines. So I'm just going to do the same thing. I'm going to score the left side, and then I'm going to fold over the right side, and that will give you the nice little side frame that you're going to put together. Now, the end that has the pointy side is going to give you a mitered corner, and for the mitered corner you want to make sure that it's turned the right direction, and then that little square is going to fit inside. I would recommend that you pay attention to the direction of where you've glued your paper, and I would put the glued end towards the inside of the frame. There's a look at that mitered corner that goes together beautifully once you connect the frames. So here I'm not so well showing you that one is a little bit thicker than the other. For my project, I did use, as I mentioned, the wider frame. I used a paper collection from my stash. I created the flowers using the, let's see here, I used, if I can find it, the Florals 14. For the top floral, which is the largest, I used 2 each of all 3 sizes of the petals, and then there is a score line that comes with that, and I did fold those over. So I used my stylus to shape the leaves. Once I shaped my leaves, I pinched where that crease is from the embossing, and that gave me more of a closed tight floral. So I just used my stylus on the back side. I wet my paper first because wetting my paper just slightly allows it to keep its shape. For the smaller flowers, I used the medium and small die, and then I just shaped it with my stylus. I left the outside open, so you see the top one is more closed The bottom one, I didn't pinch it all. I added some pink prills to the center of it to give it a little bit of a different look. I used some of the leaf dies from the Florals 15, and then I added some accents using that darkest color of my Gonzai Tombi Starry. So you can see on the edge of the leaves, you can really see it there, but I also added it to the outside edges of each of the flowers just to give it a little bit more shimmer and shine and to add a little bit more detail. For the sentiment that says I love you, I did use one of the dies from the book box, and then I used a sentiment from my stash. I heat embossed it with some gold embossing powder. I took 2 rectangles and I created a frame. That way I can add a picture and put it inside my shadow box. And again, this is a nice Mother's Day gift idea, so if you want to see a full tutorial on that, let me know in the description box below, and I will try to do a full tutorial on how I put my flowers together, but it's pretty self-explanatory, I think. So that frame will go on the inside once I add a picture. I used some dies from Elizabeth Craft Design that are called Planner Essentials to create the word mom. I cut out a 7x7 piece of pattern paper from that Bo Bunny collection, added it to the inside of my box. You certainly could leave the box open. Another idea would be to build hillsides and add flowers and just create a shadow box filled with some of these beautiful flowers. That's a look at the new Elizabeth Craft Design release. I hope that you love it as much as I do. Here's a final look at the Mother's Day gift that I created. Let me know what you think of this collection down in the description box below. And until next time, I hope you have a fabulous day.